What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Kaz at Double, bringing you more Infinite Magicraid content. Now before we get into the content, please do click like, subscribe and comment below just to help the channel grow. I really appreciate all your support, thank you. Now we're going to be talking about Faction Abyss, and Dragon Tribe in this video. A team that we can possibly use. Now, yeah, okay, it is going to be a late stage. It's going to be a kraken team. But the thing is that, yeah, it's a late stage, but the same principles matter earlier on. Just because I'm on this stage doesn't mean that you can't use a similar kind of team with, say, less exclusives, a bit less gear, on a lower stage. And that's the way this thing works, you know, is, yeah, I'm on stage 21 and showing you it, but it's giving you that idea and testing a team that we know can work. So I did manage to do stage 22. It was only 2 stars, but it was not consistent at all. It was tough. These mobs hit so hard. So we're going to go and have a look at stage 21. The team that we're using is, yeah, it's disgusting, I know, but Nasil was only level 130. If I made him to 150, that would give me a lot more survivability. Wim, obviously, a lot of people have. Yes, he's E5 and 150. Hoff is E4 and 147. Hizonia is E5 and A5, and Malia is E5 and A5. Yes, I know. Shoot me. I'm sorry. But the fact is that we've done some testing later on. Now, I did also try Vera. I'm in the way, but Vera down here. However, she's too low for me to really test her right now. So I'm going to have to like wait on that one. She has potential, but I personally think as we're getting later in these stages, we can't afford to be taking damage. Like we need to be nuking, and that seems to be the only way to really progress. The main thing is that you set up your smart casting for multi-battle. It really is. So we went through the smart casting. Hoff uses his AoE health burn. Nasil obviously freezes, so we can afford to wait a turn if we have to. Wim does not cast, and Hizonia doesn't AoE. He just uses basic, which is kind of an AoE, but it's more exploding the health burn. Malia can use her second skill. That's okay, so we can pinpoint a target down. In fact, that may be something I can change for wave 2 instead. But by the time we got to wave 2, it may be ready. So I'll leave it like that. But if we was to have Valkyrie on and Hizonia on, the first wave would just die so fast. And then when we get to the second wave, we have got no abilities to clear it safely because these monsters really hit hard. Wave 2, we have obviously Malia using Valkyrie. We have Hizonia using his AoE. Do you know what? I still think sometimes that Hizonia is a bloody girl, and I keep getting, yeah, I'm sorry. I nearly call him she, so yeah, my bad. Nasil, hopefully it's reset for the first one. If not, we have Wim there to cast his shield, so we can afford to take a bit of damage and then come to the second turn in that wave. We then get to Frigid Shield. Hoff, this probably won't be available. It definitely won't be until a little bit further in if we need it. And then wave 3, you just go all out. You just go all out, obviously, as you do. I even leave Bully on because of I want to nuke the boss's health, obviously. So this seems to be the best way of clearing waves. Obviously, have Bully turned off if you want to be wave clearing because it's a single target. You want to be spreading it normally. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go through some stats. Now, the thing is that on stage 21, the enemies only have 44% effect resistance, which isn't a lot. That's like a bit different than, say, dungeon, because when we get further on the bosses, they're really high effect resistance. So I'm debating on actually putting on more effect resistance gear. Because if we do that, it means we're not going to be getting nuked hard by these poisons because there's so much poison in here. And it just hurts like crazy. The fact is, Wolsey as well is in the enemy team. And he's healing the team on poison damage. So I think to really progress through this, and I will do an update on it, but for now, someone asked last night if I would cover Nasil in Dragon Tribe. They wanted to see it work. So this is what we're doing. The gear isn't fantastic on them. It could be improved. I mean, it's going to be a lot better than what majority of people have. But this effect hit isn't needed. Like 93% is far, far too much. I would much rather have, say, 70% effective and 50% effect resistance on a faction abyss. It's just more suitable. Effect hit here with my melee is 75%. Effect resistance is 11%, which is minuscule. And it's the same for, say, Nasil. Nasil has hardly any gear on him. He has really trash gear. I've just got him in effect hit. Literally just got him in effect hit because I needed that for arena. So we just went for the effect hit artifact and then effect hit gear. So he hasn't got much to him. I could really do maxing out his health to help protect the team. Okay, let's Hoff the same. He is a decent, obviously a good amount of effect hit, but I could use more effect resistance on him as well. Everyone's speedy. They need to be speedy because you're going against some fast enemies. Let's have a look at the team itself actually working. So we'll get into battle. Look, 817,000 power of the enemy. It's a lot. This is by no means an easy stage. We're going to put it on X2. Just have a look. You can see Nasil here saving our asses because everyone's frozen. Well, I say everyone, 3 are frozen. Now, you can see we've got a lot of health burn stacked thanks to Hoff using his AoE. Now, Liz did heal there. Unfortunately, sometimes that's going to happen. It's not foolproof. This is just how it is. Nasil isn't going to be 100% freezing. So let's see if it can survive. I'm putting this on X4 because it's too slow. Considering it has failed there to kill Liz, we need to check to see if we can survive if it does go wrong, because that then proves if it's a safe team to use. So that team did die. Now Taff is the problem here, and Wolsey. You can see Wolsey got frozen, and now you can see that Valkyrie is starting to proc her AoE, and Hizonia is proccing his AoE, and it's just helping us get this team down because it has a lot of survivability with Wolsey and Taff, and if they survive, you are in trouble on this. We get to the final wave, and the boss can do some nasty AoE damage. He does have a lot of health. It's like 14 million. You can see the effect resistance here and the effect hit and his speed. So, all the enemies are effect resistance 44 and effect hit 44. So there's something to focus on, and that's why I'm saying maybe it's better to put on effect resistance so we're not getting hit by these bleeds, by these poisons. You can see as well, I did put the mastery increase aura on Nasil. So when he's casting an ability, it means that we are putting up a mastery increase on our allies by 8%, I think it is, on the initial aura. So this is the boss dead. Liz actually nearly, she resisted freeze. So it could have been a wipe, maybe, but we didn't. So is that proving it's safe? Because you look now, we have 4 enemies frozen. That makes this wave very easy. And no shields, no cleanses, which is why I don't have Valkyrie and Hizonia proccing off their nukes. And now we're going to the second wave. This is a much more effective way. Only hero that is frozen is Walter, which would normally be a problem because Taff is an issue, and Wolsey is healing the team there. You've seen that from the poison damage, but we're okay because the freeze that happens when they hit with Nasil on our side, it's nuts. It's not just his second ability freezing the team, it's also when we're getting hit, and it's just what's making Nasil so valuable. We don't need a healer because we have Wim, who's shielding. We have Nasil, who's protecting our allies. If he was level 150, this would be a much different story. We would be taking nowhere near as much damage. So that's why, we have a lot to work on still. There's a lot to work through, and we'll see how far we can get on Dragon Tribe. I mean, I'm still happy I can farm it currently at stage 21. I will do further updates on this. You can see this team working. I will just show you stage 22 quickly with the same team, and you can see the increase in damage. We'll leave it the same. I could possibly say, okay, well, maybe I need to smart cast. I need to smart cast it with Hisonia and Valkyrie nuking down the first wave. But the trouble is when we get to that second wave, if we don't have a freeze and a shield, we're in big trouble because they hit so hard. And this is where we need effect resistance going on to these stages, and it goes up to 48%. So it's increasing by 4% each stage. You can see the damage here. So if we had, say, a lot of effect resistance and we nuked down this first wave, the second wave wouldn't be quite as dangerous because we'd be resisting the poison, but this one's based more on damage. So here we get to here, it's Taff, Walter, Wolsey, Taff. It's just so much poison. You can see it stacking on us now already. And, look, free. It's just nasty. It's just so nasty. It does a lot of damage. We have intertwined as well. So we really need to be having effect resistance here for Dragon Tribe. This seems to be the most effective way. I feel confident if I had 60% effect resistance here. That's a clear because we wouldn't be getting those poisons on us, and it would be much easier. I hope that's given some of you an insight into Dragon Tribe, Faction Abyss. Nasil is definitely worth investing into. Not only is he amazing in PvP, he's amazing in PvE. And you can see that, there's not a lot of support options in Dragon Tribe. So this is why he is definitely a selection for you, because you're going to just have him in so many areas. You're going to use him very often. I'm Kaz at the Ball. Thank you for watching. Take care.